Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment, here to give yet another Tennessee Titans full 7-round mock draft. We are now 1 week away from the 2025 NFL draft. Well, see, now that's how you know I've been saying mock draft too much over the last 5 months. Yes, we are 1 week away from the 2025 NFL draft. Where at last we will see who the Titans will draft Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I will be live on this channel after the Tennessee Titans picks. Now, by the way, so for Thursday, after obviously the Cam Ward pick, if they trade up and pick again, I'll do the one pick we're scheduled to have day 2. If there ends up being another one, I'll do another one. And then day 3, I'll just do a day 3 recap. I'm not going to do every pick for day 3. But you can check my Twitter, as always, at the MJ Take. I will be tweeting my thoughts and takes on each individual pick, as per usual. With that said, let's get to the mock draft. So, as we get to the mock draft, I made yet another small change on this. So this time, I did not trade down in the second round. So this is something we all are hoping that we do. Unless if there's someone there that we really, really like. In this scenario, though, there is someone there that we really, really like in Donovan Ezaraku. Now, Donovan Ezaraku, he is an edge out of Boston College, had 16 and a half sacks this year for Boston College. He's 6'2", 248, so a decent size. Some might say undersized. I'm actually fine with that. It does not, I will say, though, because Arden Key is also... Now, he's more undersized. He's 6'5", about 240. It doesn't bode well having two guys of that stature, but, I mean, am I really going to include Arden Key in my long-term plans? I mean, he's only 28, but Arden Key's not going to stop me from drafting anybody, okay? Let me just say that. There are some players where, okay, I'm going to consider that in terms of, well, we already have this sort of player. Do we need another one? Arden Key is not one of those guys. If I have two undersized outside linebackers right now, it's fine. Arden Key aren't interfering on the long-term plans. And ideally, Arden Key is a number 3. He's not a number 2 anyway. I'm putting another pass rusher next year to pair with Ezaraku anyway. So I have Ezaraku being drafted here. There was no burden. There was no Ibuka. Okay, so when people are going to inevitably ask me, oh, no, but what if we need to take a wide receiver, we need to take Luther Burden, we need to take Ibuka. They weren't there. We need to see a scenario in which they're not there and go ahead and, start thinking about what we should do. If they're not there, and this is one of the perfect picks, Landon Jackson is another edge pick that would be perfect value to get here at 35 because we don't have edges. Arden Key, again, ideally he's a number 3. We don't have edges right now. That's a position we put ourselves in when we released Harold Landry. Okay, you got cap space. Congratulations on the cap space you have gotten. You now no longer have edge rushers. Okay? You no longer have them. That is the decision that you've made. And now, as a result of this decision, you find yourself having to go and get an edge rusher. So that's why I have them getting Ezaraku here. From here, we have Xavier Restrepo. Now, some people will say this is a reach, that he should go probably round 5. Well, at this point in my mock, the wide receivers were dwindling. And he was actually one of the better ones. And as we all know, he is the teammate of one Cam Ward. And did I even mention Cam Ward going number 1? I think I literally just skipped over that. If I did, then Cam Ward obviously went number 1. But he is the teammate of Cam Ward. They have that connection. Now, Restrepo did not run a great 40. I understand that. I get that. However, everything that I see from Restrepo indicates to me that he will be able to get open consistently. He was able to do it in college, and he and Cam Ward had such a great connection. I expect that to continue at the next level. It's an obvious pick to me. Now, don't go crazy about it because I think if rookie year, luckily they have a rapport, but he's not going to go off. And someone in the chat, just yawned at the wide receiver room, and deservedly so, because our wide receivers in this scenario would stink. Well, currently they stink. The only way they won't stink is, to me, is they get Burden and Ibuka. They're really bad, but I won't say that they stink. If they get anyone else, they stink. So they're going to stink, right? Most likely than not. So no matter what, after this draft, you have to go out and sign somebody. Now, I think Tyler Lockett just got signed. In fact, let me do a quick look live here and check that. I'm pretty sure Tyler Lockett got signed. So, it was some veteran wide receiver. It should have been Tyler Lockett. So, with that said, I think now you're looking at he's not a great fit, but Amari Cooper is still out there. That's something you can do, just adding some wide receiver to this room. Tyler Lockett is still out there, actually. Who was it that got signed? I can't remember right now. Someone in the chat maybe can remind me. Keenan Allen is still out there as well. DJ Turner, Deontay Johnson. So there's not many options. Oh, and our former Tennessee Titan himself, Tyler Boyd, and Odell Beckham. So it's not great, but after this draft, you would have to go out and get somebody. I mean, Cooper would be the best one. Pair him with Calvin Ridley for a year. Let him, because you got to give Cam Ward something to work with, for God's sake. You would have to do that. Because Restrepo, while I like him, I'm interested in him. Maybe he could be a decent wide receiver 3, but I don't even want him as a wide receiver 3 year 1 if you can avoid it. I don't think Van Jefferson's going to do much of anything. But I wouldn't be surprised if Restrepo bet him out in training camp. But at least initially, have Van Ward as wide receiver number 3 and then let Restrepo earn it. This is the best I got for you. Okay, like it's that pawn shop meme, whenever the pawn shop, is trying to negotiate and they're just like, this is the best I got for you. This is the best I got. This is the best offer. I think no matter what we do, our wide receiver room next year is going to be terrible. I mean, the wide receivers are going to be terrible. The edges is going to be terrible. So 2 of the most premier positions you need are terrible. So that's fantastic. All right, so anyway. I have us getting Quincy Riley, the cornerback out of Louisville, in the also with the second. I got an extra 4th round pick, by the way, in the trade back. Oh no! Here's what I did. Sorry, I traded back in the top of the 4th round to get Restrepo, and I picked up another 4th round pick, in which I got Quincy Riley here. So Quincy Riley, the cornerback out of Louisville. Don't know too much about him, but we need a corner. So after the release of Chidobe Uzie, again, just to save money that's going nowhere, we need a corner. So we've got to draft a corner. I know everyone loves Jarvis Brownlee, and maybe deservedly so. But I guarantee you this, either Jarvis Brownlee, and God forbid, but either Jarvis Brownlee or Roger McCreary is going to get hurt. And when they get hurt, we're in trouble. Even right now, we're in trouble because I don't like Baker as a number 3 corner. So we need more corners. Go get a corner. I wouldn't have released Awuzie. All right, Barrett Carter, linebacker out of Clemson. Now, I don't know if he's going to be here. This is pretty late for him. Now, these Clemson linebackers, they've not been very good. The ones that have been coming out that were really good in college, they've gone lower in the draft, so they've actually not performed well anyway. So maybe there's good reason for that, but he was here. We still need a linebacker next to Cody Barton, in my opinion. Otis Reese is not that. So I have us getting Barrett Carter here. Savion Jones, yet again, I get him for the Tennessee Titans. I had him in my last mock. He was available here. Another edge that we can get. Maybe he finds his way into the rotation. Maybe not, but it's good to double up on the edge. Could have doubled up on wide receiver as well. I get it. I didn't love the wide receivers. For me in this mock, the wide receivers went very quickly, and I would have had to reach to take wide receivers. Next, I was taking Caleb Rogers, the offensive lineman out of Texas Tech. Don't know much about him, but we could use more offensive linemen. Kevin Zeidler is up there in age, so it's good to go ahead and solidify that position. Now, again, I'm not going to ever assume that a 5th, 6th, 7th round pick is ever going to do anything. That's not what I do on this channel. I let everyone else do that. My assumption is that they won't, okay? I'm just going to take it just in case. All right, so here's a guard that, hey, if he develops just in case. Speaking of, let's take a tight end. All right, let's take Luke Leachy, the tight end of Iowa. I saw, wait a minute, tight end, Iowa, okay. Look, it's worked out well. I mean, TJ Hawkinson, George Kittle, there's other names there. I think Freiermuth, did he go to Iowa? Tight end, Iowa, okay. That's I like the little fit there. I'll do that anytime I can. Caleb Ransaw, I have us going him the safety out of Tulane. And then Jalen Lane finally doubled up at wide receiver here at Virginia Tech. And as someone in the chat said, the edge class is deeper than wide receivers, so why not go wide receiver in the second round? Again, there is no Ibuka and there is no Luther Burden. Now, can you reach? Because to me, it's a reach. Isaiah Bond now, he's no way. If you love Elik Eyemanor, or let's pull up the draft wide receivers real quick. If you love these wide receivers, then you can do so. I personally don't. Okay, I don't think there is any, outside of Burden and Ibuka, there's not really wide receivers that I love at 35. Jaden Higgins, maybe. Actually, I like Jaden Higgins. But you look at the wide receivers available at 35. You have probably, like I said, maybe Ibuka, Burden, Higgins. Like I said, I look at Ayumanor, Jalen Knoll, Jack Betts, Trey Brown. Be bad this year? Yeah. They don't wide receiver in the damn free agency. But they wanted to save money, so that's what we're going to get. Okay? It's the best option now. I wouldn't have done it, but that's what they did. And now this is the best thing you can do. Because if you're going to release Land, now we have no edge. So I want to surround Cam Ward with weapons. I'm with you, dog. But then, damn it, you can't get rid of Landry and not sign wide receivers because this is the position you now find yourself in. You are screwed at one of those positions. At least, I think both of them, no matter what. Because I think that wide receiver comes in here and gives you 500 yards. I think that edge comes in here and gives you 5-6 sacks. So who really cares about that? It'll be cute. It'll be interesting. It'll be, encouraging. But it's not going to break the bank. It's not going to change anything. So I wouldn't have done it. But that's what they did. So we're going to get into how bad this team is going to be another day. I don't have to worry about that today. But anyway, so that is the mock draft, okay? I wanted how did this video turn negative? But that is the mock draft, second mock draft. So I'm pretty comfortable with my mocks. Depending on how this video does, if people are so into the mocks, I might come out with one more next week. But otherwise, expect draft coverage Thursday, Friday, Saturday, recapping the Titans picks. We'll see. I might have another mock. I might not. But at this point, it would just be me shuffling around names, to be honest. Until next time, this has been MJ Sports Fan Entertainment. What is your mock draft for the Tennessee Titans? Comment down below. I want to know. I'm out. See y'all later.